Good morning, friends. Myself Anushra Soni, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Engineering. Today we will discuss about decision tree analysis. Decision trees are excellent tools for helping us to choose between several courses of action. If we have to make a decision or we have a problem, and this decision or problem have alternative or subalternative solutions, then which decision is best for us according to our requirement? We can get this best solution by decision tree. What is decision tree or decision tree analysis? Decision tree analysis is a scientific model and is often used in decision making process of organizations. Decision tree analysis is a graphical representation of various alternative solutions that are available to solve a problem. It is widely used technique for taking crucial decisions like project selection, cost management, operations management, production method, and to deal with various other strategic issues in an organization. Decision tree is a tree where each node represents a feature or attribute. Here, features and attributes are go out or stay in. Each link represents a decision or rule. Each link represents a decision, that is to Sunny and cable signal. And each leaf represents an outcome. Here outcomes are shopping, movie, board game, and movie. This is the example of decision tree, that how can we solve a simple problem or complex problems. Terminologies used in decision trees are root node, decision node, terminal node, and branch node. Root node. A root node compiles the whole sample. It is then divided into multiple sets which comprise of homogeneous variables. Decision node, that sub node which diverges into further possibilities, can be denoted as a decision node. Means it represents alternative solutions. Terminal node, the final node showing the outcome which cannot be categorized any further, is termed as value or terminal node. Terminal node gives us the final solution. Branch denotes the various alternatives available in the decision tree maker. We have some symbols in the decision tree, and these symbols are: first, the shape is square. If we have a square shape symbol, then it is called decision node. It indicates a decision to be made, that what decision we are going to make. Circular node is chance node. It shows multiple certain outcomes. If we have any decision it have several sub outcomes, then these outcomes are denoted by chance nodes. Alternative branches, and if chance nodes are further classified or further have alternative options, then these are denoted by alternative branches. Each branch indicates a possible outcome or action. Rejected alternative, this choice shows that that particular choice is not selected or it will be rejected only. Endpoint node, it is also called terminal node or value node. It indicates the final outcome. This is the representation of decision tree, that how we will represent a decision tree and how we will make a decision tree. While making a decision tree, we will move from left to right. In the left, first we have to make a choice node or a decision node. First we have to make a decision node, that what is the situation, and then choice node. Choice node is further divided into decisions, that we have 3 decisions, and these 3 decisions have choice node, that in a particular decision we have 3 choices, in the second decision we have 2 choices, in the third decision we have 2 choices, and at the last we got the value node. What are the steps? Here, first step is understanding and specifying the problem area for which decision making is required, that which decision we have to take, we are working for what is analyzed in this particular step. The second step is interpreting and chalking out all possible solutions to a particular issue as well as their consequences. That here we have to interpret and we have to check out all the possible solutions, that what are the possible solutions for this particular decision or problem. The third step is presenting a variable on a decision tree along with its respective probability values. In decision tree, we will work by probability. And in third step, we have to represent a variable on the decision tree with its probability value, that what is the value of that particular choice. In fourth step, we will find the outcomes of all the variables and specify it in decision trees. The last step is highly crucial and backs of all analysis of this process. It involves calculating the EMV. EMV is monetary value, expected monetary values for all chance nodes or options to figure out the solution which provides the highest expected value. In this EMV calculation, we will go from right to left. For each and every value node, we will move from value node to chance node to decision node and to the situation. And whatever the values are, we will pick highest EMV value, that is expected monetary values. These are the steps in decision tree analysis: defining the decision making problem, drafting a decision tree with all possible outcomes, putting in relevant data with probable variable, that is a probability, determining and allocating payoffs for each possible outcome, that what are the payoffs given by the problem, figuring out expected monetary value for every possibility. Types of decision tree: there are two types of decision tree according to the variable: categorical variable or continuous variable. If we have categorical variable, then we have categorical variable decision tree, and if we have continuous variable, then we have continuous variable decision tree. Decision tree which has categorical target variable, then it is called as categorical variable decision tree. And that student will play cricket or not. We have only two choices. Then the variable is categorical. Continuous variable decision tree has continuous target variable, that it is called as continuous variable decision tree. That here we have no two values only, we have multiple values. Decision tree has highest levels. We have decision trees at high levels also that are not solved by this decision tree, simple decision tree. For this we have to make different calculations, that is card chart, chat chart, ARIMA. So decision tree have two options: first to classify and to predict. If we will go to classify, then we have two options: response variable with only two categories, that is yes or no. There are only two options, that is binary. And if response variable has multiple categories, when response variable has only two categories, we will go for standard classification trees that we have seen earlier. And if response variable has multiple categories, then we will go for C4.5 implementation. It is used in machine learning. And if we go to predict, then response variable is continuous. Here response variable is not categorical, here response variable is continuous. This is the continuous variable decision tree. In this we have two options: linear relation or non-linear relation. If we have linear relationship between predictor and response, that is the dependent and independent variable, then we will go for regression analysis. And if we have non-linear relation, then we will go for C4.5 implementation. Advantages of decision tree are easy to understand. Of course, it is easy to understand, useful in data exploration. In this we can explore more and more data, we can explore more and more outcomes. Decision trees require relatively little effort from users for data preparation. It can handle both numerical and categorical variables. It can also handle multiple output problems. This is the introduction of decision tree only. In further videos, we will see examples of decision tree and examples of decision tree with higher levels also. Thank you so much.